Hi everyone and welcome to RumRunner Dan's. I'm Dan Genovese. Today we're going to be making an original cocktail, the Siren's Lullaby.
Oh, blow the man down, bullies, blow the man down.
To me way, blow the man down.
Blow the man down, bullies, blow him away.
Give me some time to blow the man down. We went over the bar on the 13th of May. Way, blow the man down. The Gallagher jumped and the gale came away. Give me some time to blow the man down.
The Siren's Lullaby is an original drink of mine, and I'm going to say it's original, but it's based upon a classic. Well, classic, it's a riff, let's say that. So originally, let's start back at the beginning. You had the Pina Colada. The Pina Colada became synonymous with tropical island destination vacations, especially in the Caribbean. Became really, really, really popular with folks. And the drink highlights coconut and pineapple, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all of that the focused flavor is. It's coconut and pineapple. That's sweet and tropical. It doesn't have a lot of dimension to it. It's like sweet coconut, sweet pineapple. Yeah, there's rum in it, but the rum that they put in it, while originally may have been better quality, it slowly and definitely has degraded over time to almost like a vodka-like distillate type of a rum. So what does that actually mean? When rum is in a drink, you really want to taste the flavors of rum. That's the point of it. It's like adding whiskey into a cocktail and then you don't taste any whiskey. It kind of defeats the purpose. So that's what happened with the Pina Colada. Fast forward that a little bit, and then you have the Van Dykes, who had this small little island and a bar on it called the Soggy Dollar Bar. They made an improved version of the Pina Colada, which is much more popular, especially among Tiki bars, which is known as the PainKiller. Pineapple juice, 4 ounces, still had the coconut in it, but it also had in tangerine juice, and then it had in Navy Strength Rum. And the Navy Strength Rum added a different level of flavor, complexion, dimension to the overall drink, and the addition of a citrus, even though albeit an orange, which you probably want some sour in there, became an improved version of the drink. And a painkiller for many people is really tasty, and I enjoy it too. I have painkillers quite often. But I was going at this and I'm like, even though the painkiller is definitely an improvement on the Pina Colada in terms of depth of flavor, dimensions, and balancing out the sweetness, it still's a little bit too sweet for my taste. So I'm like, I wanted to tackle this drink and I wanted to make something new out of it, but still keep that same thread. I wanted to keep coconut in it, I wanted to keep pineapple in it, but I wanted to balance it out more and add some dimension of flavor. So that is what spun me up on my adventure of coming up with a new version of the painkiller. So that landed me on this cocktail. So I started making this drink inside of a drink mixer. You definitely can make it inside of a cocktail shaker too if you want. And it'll make more sense once we get to that part of the drink, and I'll explain to you why that kind of does make a little bit more sense when we come to the presentation part of it. All right, so with that, let's get started. So proportions of this are pretty simple. So I'm going to start out with a specific type of bitters here, which are known as Cypress Bowl bitters. And Cypress Bowl comes as a bitters that is available from Miss Better's Bitters. Definitely check them out and grab them. They're a Canadian company, really, really good. These smell very much like cypress, like evergreen type trees, in that, you know, both a foresty, kind of herbally botanical type note to it, which does play a very significant role in the drink. So that's why I chose these very specific bitters for it. So you're going to need 2 dashes of this or 12 drops. All right, there we go. 12 Cypress Bowl bitters. Next, juices. So we're going to use fresh pineapple juice. You can use unsweetened, that's fine too. Fresh though, the fresher the better. This one cuts back on it quite a bit. This is 2 ounces. So originally Pina Colada PainKiller has 4. This only has 2. Still comes through in the end drink though. Right. Next, lime juice. We're gonna do 1 ounce of lime here. Next, we're gonna do orange juice. Very similar to the PainKiller, except I'm using Cara orange juice instead of tangerine, but this is also 1 ounce. All right. Next, coconut cream. So coconut cream here is 1 ounce. Very similar to the same one that we had with the Pina Colada. And with the PainKiller too. All right. So that's our coconut cream. Now we're gonna get into our base spirits. There's 2 here, so I split the base, and actually I'm putting in gin. And I know everyone's going, wait, gin in a PainKiller? Yeah, bear with me here. We're using a specific type of gin. This is St. George's gin, and it's actually Terroir Gin. Now, the reason I picked this one specifically, I picked it up for a complete other reason. I was making a completely different cocktail. But it's California gin, and it's very interesting in the fact that it has a lot of herbalness and foresty type flavors, which is why I picked the Cypress Bowl bitters here. It plays on this gin very well. And this gin, I described it before, it's kind of like Christmas gin. So like it has like a lot of like that evergreen kind of Christmas tree smells to it. You pair it with cranberry, it tastes absolutely amazing. There's so many good applications for this one, but I love this, and it is the one that I use for this drink. I have used other gins, like a London Dry gin. It works out okay, but the botanicals in here really come through in the end drink, so if you can get your hands on this to make the drink, get this one. It's fantastic. So we're going to use 1 ounce here of this one. 1 ounce of our Terroir Gin. Next, wipe my hands off here real quick. Next, we have Navy Strength Rum. So I kept this from the original recipe too, although I dialed it back slightly. PainKiller calls for 2.5 ounces of it. I'm using 2 ounces of Navy Strength Rum. Now, the Navy Strength Rum that I use in this, you can use a Smith & Cross if you want to. I did it before. It's pretty tasty, not bad. Not my favorite because the Hugo notes kind of take over a little bit and mutes some of the other flavors. You still taste them, but it mutes it a little bit. This one, on the other hand, doesn't have a lot of those Hogo notes, however you pronounce it, but it's really tasty. This gin comes from Journeyman Distillery. Journeyman Distillery is in Three Oaks, Michigan. So any of my watchers here that are from the Midwest, you can definitely get this. If you're not from the Midwest, there's an expanding amount online of interstate delivery of spirits, and different couriers now can ship to different states. So that's increasing. Check your state and check to see if you can get it online if you can't find it in a store near you. And always, I would say, support your local businesses. Go to them and ask and see if they can get it. And if they can get it, grab some. This is really good rum. Great Navy Strength rum. It's 57%, so it's definitely a Navy Strength. But the flavor on this, they age it in their whiskey barrels. Their whiskey, by the way, FYI, is really, really tasty. So definitely pick some up. And this rum, I can't say enough good things about it. It's dynamite rum. So 2 ounces of our Journeyman's Navy Strength. that takes care of our ingredients. Now what we need is some ice. Now, if you are making this in a cocktail shaker, feel free to use cubes, but you want to make sure that you shake it really hard. You want to do about like 15 seconds, 20 seconds, definitely. If you're a little bit lighter of a shaker and you don't put as much oomph into it, try it for 30. And the reason for that is you really want to agitate and mix these ingredients together, and you want to get a really good chill and a good dilution. Anytime you have a cream in it, it really helps to get some extra shake into it, and this, it applies. If you're doing a drink mixer like I am, you're going to do 12 ounces of crushed ice, just like I'm doing. I have some larger pieces in here that I grabbed too that are to help with agitation, but we're going to blend this for 5 seconds. Now what this will do is it'll froth up a lot. 2 reasons it froths up. Pineapple, coconut, right? So both of them froth up. So when we pour this out, I'm going to show you a nice way we're going to end up doing it. So I'm going to pick our mug. So a Tiki mug is my preferred vessel for this drink, and this Tiki mug is my absolute favorite for this drink. I had a very hard time finding a good drink to go in here. This is the Urchin mug from Tiki Farms that comes from 3 Dots and a Dash here in Chicago. My favorite tiki bar. You guys probably heard me say that a million times. But this particular mug, the first time I had a drink out of it was at 3 Dots and a Dash, and it was their Hello Felicia, which it's an hilarious name for a drink. It's also really tasty too. But I've never found another good drink to put in here. This one is an excellent one for it because it kind of fits the theme. So, new to the show, normally I just open pour out of my drink mixer and put it in here, but because of all the foam and everything, and you really wanted to get that whip into it, I'm actually going to strain it. I'm not going to double strain, I'm just going to strain it into our mug here. And it's just because I don't want all that extra foam and froth, because I want to make sure that I add enough ice in here. Because even though this drink, you know, we're going to add quite a bit of ice into it, and there's a lot of other ingredients, it's still pretty potent. So we want to make sure that we keep it chilled enough and give it enough in terms of dilution. So you don't have to do a really, really, really tight gate on this. Just enough to hold back the foam in the ice. All right, good enough. All right, next, we're going to top this guy up with crushed ice. You can use pebble ice too if you want. Always when I say crushed ice, you could always substitute pebble ice in for it. All right, right up there. Perfect. Now, garnish time. So garnishing this drink, normally the original PainKiller, and this is where I deviate away from PainKiller. The original PainKiller called for grated nutmeg, which, by the way, is fantastic on coconut drinks and pineapple drinks and a ton of drinks. Love nutmeg. So I don't put that in this particular drink. I use mint. Okay, I'm going to take that nice bundle of mint here, crush, crush, tuck it in the back. Looks real nice. Look at that. Nice little bouquet of mint. Now, next little pieces here that I'm going to use. So, first thing, Cocktail Garnish Company. In addition to their normal rotation, they do make things like this. This, dehydrated pineapple. Fabulous. Love this. Also, dehydrated blood orange, and then a dehydrated lime. I like to put all these together. Why did I use the blood orange? Because I like the way it looks. There is orange in the drink. It's just not blood orange. Tuck that right into there. All right, now straw. I always talk about Surfside Sips, but I'm going to mention a specific feature on the Surfside Sip. So this right here, as you can see, which I've just washed, which is why there's water dripping off, if you notice that. This is a octopus that's put onto the straw. So the straws are made by Andrew Jordan himself. Then he hand adds all these details on. So all this is hand done. So when you do those additions and you pay a little bit extra for it, that's all handwork from him. And this is actually on a dragon glass straw that I love so much. And I love this little octopus. The way he makes these octopus, he said it's his favorite thing to put on straws, and it shows. I mean, this really looks like the octopus is trying to swim up and go up to the top so it could actually steal a sip of your drink. So just gonna tuck that guy right down here into the front. Make sure that we don't submerge our lime. Perfect. Now, I'm gonna grab one of my Madala. Let's pick a cool one. Which one do I want to grab here? Let's do this one. All right. So this is one thing I love about this. You grab a pack of these from Woodrow Coasters. Don't drop them. You grab a pack of these from Woodrow Coasters, and they give you a whole bunch of different designs. So you got a couple choices here. So this Madala one right here, what I'm going to do is set that guy down here. We're going to serve this guy up just like that. And then there you have it, everyone. That is RumRunner Dan original take on the classic PainKiller, the Siren's Lullaby. Let's give it a taste. Yeah, I mean, of course I had the drink like probably a million times already. So I know what it tasted like. I didn't even need to taste it to tell you, but it's good. First taste on this, it's similar to a PainKiller in that you get some sweet coconut pineapple flavor in the beginning. So at the beginning of this, you're like, damn, this doesn't taste too much different than a Pina Colada, because you taste the sweet, you taste coconut, that coats your mouth real quick. Then all of a sudden it's this twist that happens like right after you taste the coconut. You're like, whoa, whoa. So you get the kick of the rum, which you're expecting, but then it's these botanicals, and then it's like a botanical onslaught. And that comes from the gin as well as the cypress bitter. So it gives you this twist so that it's not all sweet in your mouth, it's sweet, and then it changes into this botanical flavor. And that botanical flavor mixes with the sweet, and then it kind of like refreshes the palate, which is good. On top of that, there's this brightness that comes in with the botanicals from the lime. The orange and the pineapple here play really, really well. You taste all of the different components of this drink, but the good key playing part here is that gin and the cypress bitters that are in here, the Cypress Bowl bitters from Miss Better's Bitters, they're like the clutch pieces of the drink that will really help to take it from just a normal, slightly modified version of a PainKiller to really a different drink. So I hope you all will give this drink a try. I'm really, really interested, especially in the drinks that I make myself. I mean, I'm not making these drinks for a bar, I'm making these drinks for me. But I love creating and I love mixology, so I create these and I share them with people because I love to hear what you guys think about them. So please, please give this drink a try. Comment below. Let me know what you thought about it. Let me know if you didn't like it. Let me know if it was, Dan, I thought that was terrible. Hey, that's fine. Just let me know. But I'm really, really interested to see what you think, and especially have it with a PainKiller. So have a PainKiller, have a Pina Colada, and have this, and then tell me which one of the ones that you like the most. So hope you give it a try, everyone. Hope you liked today's episode. Thank you all for every one of our subscribers who subscribes to our channel and watches all of our episodes here. And thank you everyone who watches the show too, that are not subscribers. But please, click that subscribe button and click that little bell so that you get notified as soon as these brand new drinks come out. And until next time, everybody, Cole Maluna.